Schools are dealing with bus driver shortages across the nation and especially here in North Carolina. One North Carolina school district is doing what it can to fill those positions. Hear from one bus driver as he prepares for the new academic year. Last year's demonstrations against social injustice raised concerns for one woman and her daughter who lives with a disability and her potential interactions with police. That same mother found that other parents of children with disabilities had similar concerns. Yes, Phelps says it's very important for companies to train their employees not to click on any links, any suspicious links, or open any unsolicited emails. Phelps also says about 80% of cybersecurity attacks actually stem from an employee. As cases of the Delta variant continue to rise here in Guilford County, a mask mandate went into effect this evening. I'm here in downtown Greensboro where people are now required to wear masks indoors, vaccinated or not, and that mandate began at 5 p.m. this evening. Since George Floyd's death in late May of this year, nearly 20 Confederate monuments have been removed across the state of North Carolina. So that ranks us second in the most removals across the nation, according to the Southern Poverty Law Center. In Lexington, Courtney Wallen, Spectrum News 1.
It's the big day, it's the big day.
Moving day is always exciting, but for Anthony Taylor, this is the start of a new chapter.
But all the hard stuff I done went through, you done been right there with me your whole life, so you deserve this more than I do.
Anthony and his two daughters, 11-year-old Amaya and 6-year-old Fatima, have been homeless for the past 4 years.
You're just going to sign and date there.
He says it was tough to find a shelter that would let him and his daughters stay together.
As far as homeless shelters, that's a no-go for a dad with kids. They don't have shelters like that.
His health threw another challenge into the mix. Anthony's been battling cancer for the past 4 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But now he's turning the page with a brand new apartment.
Yes. All right, go ahead and pick you a spot, Amaya.
A place to finally call home.
Nobody can come in and dictate what we're gonna eat, where we're gonna sleep.
A hard-fought goal he held on to.
I ain't gonna lie, the devil was after me all last week. You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results.
A nonprofit based in High Point helped Anthony get back on his feet, the ultimate sacrifice.
What about all this ravioli, Amaya?
With their Tribe initiative, which gives a helping hand to single fathers, giving Anthony brand new furniture for his new place.
I mean, I'm just happy things worked out with y'all help though, because if it wouldn't been for y'all guys, I'll still be over there struggling.
For his new life with his daughters.
We're proud of you.
I'm proud of me too.
Sophia McConkey loves her Disney princesses like any 4-year-old.
Lift your head up.
But in many other ways, Sophia lives a different life. She has an extremely rare disease called TBCK.
When we got the diagnosis, they told us she was the only one in the United States, which was devastating.
Her grandmother Julie and mother Rachel work around the clock to take care of Sophia. And even with a private duty nurse, they need more help.
I work my full-time job Monday through Friday, and then I'm her nurse Saturday and Sunday. And it's exhausting.
Joellen Rivas spends 5 days a week at this Greensboro apartment taking care of Sophia.
You want me to raise her up?
And preparing all the things she needs before leaving the house for a doctor's appointment.
Fortunately, I love what I do, and I have grown to really care about this family as well.
Since starting as Sophia's nurse 2 years ago, Joellen has seen a lot of private duty nurses leave for higher paying jobs in the hospital.
I myself work 50 hours a week to make what I should be making in 40.
It's the wage disparity we've heard about for the past few months as private duty nurses ask lawmakers for $5.8 million in funding be added to the new state budget. But why is this wage gap happening at all? Medicaid is funded by both the federal government and the state, which leaves some room for varying services and guidelines comparing state to state. Traditionally, Medicaid pays for long-term care in a nursing home, but considers home-based care to be optional. In North Carolina, the federal government granted a temporary increase in funding of 5% for all home care programs in March of 2020. In April of 2020, all home care programs, except for private duty nursing, received an additional 10% of emergency funding. Without that 10% of emergency funding, private duty nursing agencies are losing their nurses to hospitals and other higher paying jobs. Without Joellen's help, it would be nearly impossible to take care of Sophia.
So it just puts you in this precarious place where you just feel like you're on the edge of losing your mind all the time.
And all these nurses are asking for is to be properly compensated for their time.
Okay, I got it. I got it out.
It's not every day you find yourself in a smoke-filled room, searching for a life to save.
See the door?
But 17-year-old Nevaeh Murphy is trying her hand at it because she wants to become a firefighter.
Now, the other option in that room would have been to open the window.
She's thought about it for some time now, following in her dad's footsteps. He's a firefighter too.
That's basically my whole childhood, just messing with all his stuff.
So she decided to take part in Greensboro Fire Department's Camp Spark.
You know, he's always talking about things he's experienced there, and I just thought it would be fun to come try and see what he does at his work.
And she's doing exactly that. By climbing into a maze similar to crawling through a building, looking for people to save.
There you go. Good job.
Navigating it all with the help of Greensboro's female firefighters. And Nevaeh is enjoying every bit of it.
It's fun. I like crawling.
26-year veteran Captain Wendy Cheek understands why these young ladies need to see women in these positions.
It's about giving them the courage to step out and building their confidence.
When Cheek joined, she didn't even know there were women working in the fire service. Now, she's the department's only female captain. Recognizing that representation will stick with Nevaeh.
Okay. That good?
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. High five.
And inspire the upcoming generation
Maintain that wall.
of female firefighters.